I'm here with Allison with Stratasys, and they make and sell 3D printers that the medical device industry and doctors could use to get DICOM data straight to physical models. How will this benefit the patient?
So for patients, what really is helpful is that surgeons can now take a patient's CT, MR data, take that DICOM data set and convert it into a 3D printable model. So now you have a physical model that not only can the surgeons use for pre-surgical planning, but they can also then use it to bring to the patients to help them better understand the procedures that they're going through.
And I see that you have multiple materials printed on here. So if you can see this, like this is nice and soft. Can I actually practice surgery on this?
Yeah, so with our newest, our J850 digital anatomy printer, we have materials that mimic bone and tissue properties. So you can now physically practice a surgery beforehand. So all of these discs will truly mimic tissue-like properties. These bones are cancellous and porous on the inside. So all of these can be used for pre-surgical planning.
It sounds pretty Star Trek. The idea that I am not just using sawbones to practice, but I'm using data collected from the actual patient that I intend to be performing this operation on. What are you hearing back from your customers? What's the response?
I mean, that's really it. It's being able to utilize something that is patient specific. It is not just a generic file. It's not something you order off the shelf. It is you're taking patient data and being able to practice or better educate yourself and understand what you're getting into before a procedure.
All right, I'm a surgeon. I want one of these. How hard is it to get one put in-house and start using it?
So to be able to get put in-house, reach out to us. We're happy to connect with either your hospital system or if you are an orthopedics company, to be able to set you up. All of our systems would be able to run on like a standard outlet. They could come with their own exhaust systems, but mainly you just do need room and space to be able to hold the equipment.
And how about the personnel? Who's the right person to run a machine like this?
So typically we find these machines in radiology departments because they are the closest to the patient data sets, but really anyone can physically run the printer if you have like an engineering group on site, if someone from like your IT group is really interested. The toughest though is being able to take your patient DICOM data and convert it to a 3D printable file. So if your hospital does not already have that segmentation set up on staff, we also have partnered with a company called Axial 3D, and you can utilize them as a service to convert your DICOM data to 3D printable files.
And then it's as easy as downloading a file and pressing print?
Pretty much.
What advantage does Stratasys offer its clients that your competitors do not?
So one of the biggest that you can see from a lot of different models here, even this clear model, with different colors, all of this is printed as one piece. So the fact that you can mix different colors, different textures, all in one printable model. You no longer are left with single materials, single colors. You don't find people gluing parts together.
It comes out of the machine like this? Is that what you're telling me?
It comes out of the machine just like that. It is coated with a support material. It's kind of like a dried up Jell-O that you'd clean off. But then that part can go straight into your hands. It's already cured. It's already ready to be able to work off of.
How long until I can have this?
So the printing time based on size can take anywhere from like a couple hours to probably like a full day or so. So if you are printing a full patient spine, this could take a good like 12 hours to print.
And
but
this?
typically these types of surgeries, you're going to have days and weeks of planning. It's not like, unless it was a trauma case, it's a different story. So it gives you time to be able to prepare.
In this case, these were 3D printed into it as well?
Correct.
The pedicle screws? But I could have had the patient anatomy be on its own and install my own pedicle screws and actually practice this. Would that work?
Correct.
Wow.
So as you see that same model printed in clear, here it's printed with our bone and tissue-like properties, and you can see the porous structure on the inside.
All right. Allison, thanks for being on Doctech.live.
Thank you. It was a pleasure to be here.